Hey you guys, welcome to another YouTube workout. All right, I have a reformer flow today for you. Full body, all right, think stabilizers, okay? So I'm calling this one the ultimate stabilizer. You're gonna stabilize your shoulder girdle. You're gonna stabilize your pelvis. We're gonna work through those glutes and all those abductors. It's gonna be phenomenal, but it's gonna be challenging. Okay, so I want you to be prepared for that now. There's a lot of holds in this workout today. Okay, and we're gonna be using the yoga block as our main prop, which is gonna keep us honest. Okay, we're gonna be required to balance on it. We're gonna be required to balance with it. Okay, and then a couple times we'll use it for activation. Okay, and that's actually how we're gonna start with it. So we're gonna have fun with the yoga block. I'm gonna challenge your body. I'm gonna challenge your core, okay? And it's gonna be awesome. It's just gonna be great. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm really excited about this one. There's a little bit of setup today, so bear with me as I walk you through setup. First and foremost, I am on a balanced body reformer, studio reformer with an infinity foot bar. So my setup looks pretty complex today. But no matter what reformer you on, you can do this workout. Okay, now first and foremost, I have my foot bar all the way at the back. That is because I have an infinity foot bar and it can travel along the length of the frame. If you don't have an infinity foot bar, that's okay. I want you to fold it down and out of the way. Now, one of the moves today is gonna require us to be at the front. We're gonna be standing on our yoga block and one foot's gonna be on the carriage. So you're gonna need to straddle that foot bar. So all I can say is that the closest you can have it into the platform and down would be the best, right? You don't want it to be too much of an obstacle for you, okay? But your setup of that yoga block will depend on where your foot bar is. So don't worry about it. Once we get to that sequence, I will talk to you. So if you have an infinity foot bar all the way at the back, if you don't, fold it down and out of the way as close into the platform as possible so it's really barely there, okay? I have my balance pole. It's either balance pole or baton, so whatever you have, at the front of your machine, okay? We will only use it at the front today, and that's where it's gonna stay. So have it right there ready for you. I have a squishy pad under my front platform. That's for the very last sequence where my hands will be on the platform. So just for comfort, if you like the squishy pad for comfort, have it underneath the platform ready to go for you so you're good when we get there. I have one extra light spring on my reformer right now. That's one yellow spring for me. We are only gonna change it once. Otherwise, we're gonna do the entire flow on an extra light spring. Now, if you don't have an extra light spring, this is gonna be difficult, okay? So if you only have a blue, which is a light, if you only have a blue, you can do this, but I want you to watch range of motion. Don't battle the carriage, okay? So maybe your range of motion will be a little less today. Maybe prop usage will change. Maybe you won't use a prop if it feels too heavy and you'll just focus on controlling the carriage and your form. Okay, so I'll speak to that as well as we go, but I am on an extra light. We're gonna use it pretty much all of class today. My yoga block is waiting for me on the carriage. Okay, we're gonna use that a lot, so have that ready. Mine has little cat bite and claw marks. My cat likes to bite into squishy things. So unfortunately, that took a little bit of a beating. But anyway, on the carriage waiting for you. We're gonna use it pretty much in every sequence today. I think actually in every one, yeah. And then your box, okay? Your reformer box is gonna be on the left side. So if you're looking from front to back, it's on the left side of your carriage, lined up with the carriage, okay? So just line it up right there with your carriage. Headrest is down and out of the way. That's not gonna much matter today. Your long and short loops are both available. We're gonna use both. And again, the only reason you see my foot bar at the back is because I have an infinity foot bar. That is the only reason, and I can move it out of the way, okay? So if you don't, yours is up here and it's folded down, all right? And I think that's it. Now, my flows get a little long sometimes, I know that. If at the very end we have a chance for some legs and straps, I'm gonna take you there. If we don't, you can do it on your own, okay? I'm probably gonna pop another video up very soon that'll just be a simple legs in strap guided flow so you can kind of relax through that. That's my goal, to get that up there for you. All right, we are going to start on the carriage rear facing. So join me. With your yoga block, I am on an extra light spring. That's one yellow for me. Okay, your toes are going to be on the platform, rear facing. You're going to take your yoga block and you're going to place it right between your inner thighs. Now, the yoga block, I am not looking for you to grip it for dear life. Otherwise, I'd use the ball. It'd be a little bit more tactile. I want you to just hold on to the yoga block, light hold. Okay, so we activate the inner thighs and the psoas. Bring your hands down onto the carriage so you have a nice 4-point kneel. Now I want you to spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Find that little suction cup right in the center of the palm. Broaden your collarbone. Draw your belly button up and in. Your toes are already turned under. Okay, without moving the carriage. I want you to exhale to prepare. Inhale, hover those knees 1 inch off the carriage and hold. This is just a hold. Please don't overly squeeze your yoga block. I want you to have a light hold. I want you to feel your inner thighs. What I want you to think about more is pulling the carriage back towards the platform. So pull it into the bumper for 4, for 3, last 2. Set the knees down nice and soft. We're going to do that again, okay? Reset. All right, think about what we can do better this round, okay? Broaden the collarbone, pull that belly button up and in. Let's exhale. Inhale, draw those inner thighs up along the spine. Hover your knees 1 inch, hold. We're drawing the carriage into the bumper, so internal activation. Now go ahead and give that yoga block a little extra squeeze. Hold on that yoga block. You're here for 6, for 5, for 4. Feel the change in the work with that squeeze on the yoga block. Last 2. And set your knees down. So we're working on core activation right now. We're going to do this one more time, but we are not going to hold. We're going to take it out to a plank. So let's exhale to prepare. Inhale, hover those knees 1 inch, hold. And let's take another inhale and send ourselves all the way out to a plank. All right, you're right here in your plank. To start, we're going to draw our knees in and out. So exhale, bend your knees. They come directly under your hips. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, bend, pull that belly button up and in. Inhale, extend. 2 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. 1 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, hold it out there. Now, from here, we're going to walk down to our forearms. So, right arm first. Step down to your elbow, down with your left. Back up with your left. Back up with your right. Here we go with the left. Down with the left, down with the right, back up with the right, back up with the left. 2 more. Down with the right, down with the left. Keep those hips quiet. You have a light hold on your yoga block. Down with your left, down with your right, back up with your left, back up with your right, and just hold. Hold your plank right here. Okay, from here, we're going to add a pike. Okay, so roll your collarbone, or broaden your collarbone, roll your shoulder blades down your back. Let's think about our sitting bones now, right at the center of the glute. We're going to lead with those sitting bones as we bow towards our biceps. Okay, the carriage isn't going to go far. And then inhale, extend back out. Don't worry about where your hands are on the carriage, okay? Exhale, reach your sitting bones up and back. Carriage comes to the bumper. Inhale, take it all the way out. Good, let's keep going. Exhale, reach the sitting bones up and back. I'm looking at my toes. Inhale, extend. We've got 1 more. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, extend. Now hold right here, and I want you to pulse in on the block. Now remember, that block isn't going to change shape, right? I just want you to activate those inner thighs. Up into the psoas. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring your knees all the way in and down. Whew, okay. Are we ready? We're going to keep moving on. Roll onto your back. Onto your back. Now, this is the only time we're going to change our springs today. Switch your spring to 1 blue. All right, so add on the 1 blue, then take off your extra light so you only have 1 spring. All right, you're going to lie on your back. Now, your headrest could be up for this if you would like your headrest up. If it gives you better alignment, that's fine with me. Okay, you're going to take the yoga block, and it's going to come to the top of your shins. So I'm bringing my legs into tabletop. My legs are zipped up and closed, knees together, inner thighs touching. Okay, I've got the yoga block right on top of my shins, toes pointed, and shins parallel to the floor. All right, let's reach back and grab our short loops. You can always switch to your long loops if short loops feel too challenging today. Okay, right? Every day is a little different. All right, let's broaden the collarbone even though we're laying down. Okay, I want you to think about those arms sinking into the shoulder. Okay, palms are facing forward, and we're gonna not grip the straps, right? We're gonna keep our fingertips nice and long. All right, I've got my fingertips lined up with my underarm. We're gonna start with just the head, neck, and shoulders and arms. So you're gonna exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders, arms come long by your side, all the way down to the carriage. Inhale, come back down, okay? Exhale, give yourself some space between those shoulder blocks. Exhale, curl. Think about space between your chin and chest when you curl, okay? And then lengthen back on your inhale. 2 more. Exhale, curl. Nothing changes with the lower half. Inhale, lower. Last one, you're gonna hold this one. Exhale, curl and hold. Now, my elbows are gonna bend and extend, okay? Just a tricep extension. Bend, my palms are facing the platform, and extend. 2 more. Bend and extend. Good, last one. Bend and extend. Now, holding your arms down at the carriage, go ahead and rest your head and neck. Okay, now we're gonna curl, okay, and we're gonna extend the legs. Arms are long by your side. You're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders, extend your legs and bend your elbows. Okay, extend your legs and bend your elbows. Pull your knees back in, bring your arms long, rest your head. Okay, so a little different than a normal arm arc, right? Curl, head, neck, and shoulders, hold. Bend the elbows, extend the legs, and then extend the arms, bend the knees, and lower. 2 more like that. We're setting up for more aggressive work, okay? Curl head, neck, and shoulders. Extend the legs, bend the elbows. Extend the elbows, bend the knees, lower the head. Okay, keep those knees directly over your hips, not over your belly button. Here we go. Curl, exhale. Good. Inhale, lengthen the legs, bend the elbows. Good. Exhale, bend the knees, extend the elbows, lower the head and neck. Now we're going to hold the next one. You're going to curl head, neck, and shoulders and hold. We're going to bend the elbows, lengthen the legs, and hold. Now just the arms, 5 times. Arms extend, legs are long, arms bend. Legs extend, arms bend. Low back should be on the carriage. Okay, otherwise lift your legs a little higher. Last 2 and bend. Last 1 and bend and fold it all back in. Arms long, knees bent. Okay, head, neck, and shoulders are down. We're gonna do that again. Okay, this time the legs are gonna work. So on your exhale, you're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders, hold. You're gonna extend the legs, bend the arms, hold. Okay, now just the legs are going to bend and extend. Whew. Bend and extend. 3 more. Bend and extend. Last 2. Bend and extend. 1 more. Bend and extend. Now, lower it down. Bend the knees, extend the arms, lower the head, neck, and shoulders. My yoga block is slipping, so I'm going to fix that. There we go. I'm not doing a very good job of balancing it. All right, we're going to have 1 more hold. We're going to do 20 pumps of the arms, just like we would in 100, but we're only going to do 2 sets of 10. So I want you to listen to my breathing cues and just breathe. I will count, okay? Make sure your low back is on your carriage, okay? That's all I ask. Otherwise, your knees need to be bent. Okay, here we go. We're gonna bring the arms up and over the chest. All right, knees are still bent, arms are high now. On your exhale, you're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders. Arms come long, legs go long. Now just pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And fold it all the way in. Nice job, you guys. Hang up your straps. Whew, now the core is really on, really, really on. Take off the block, come on up. Now, my back is gonna be to you for the next 2 sequences. It's just because that's the way this sequence is gonna, or the way this routine is gonna flow today, but it's only 2 sequences. You'll be able to see me in the mirror. Okay, so you're gonna turn, if I was facing forward, which I was, you're gonna turn to your left. Okay, turn to your left. Now, the block, okay, actually, I'm sorry, turn to your left, but we're going to be forward facing. So we're not turning to the left, not yet, that's next. Okay, you're forward facing still. You're going to bring the block down to the carriage, okay? Your legs, are going to straddle that block on, that shoulder block on the left, okay? So you're over towards the left side of the carriage. Your right forearm is going to come down on your block. Okay, your left hand is going to reach back there for your short loop. Now, your short loop, make sure you're on an extra light spring. Oh my goodness, where is my head? Extra light, no blue. So add that yellow back on, take off the blue. That's where we stay. Okay, now grab your short loop. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're better now. Okay, now we're in the right spot. You're in a 4-point kneel, however. Right, your arms are a little bit separated. So right forearm is on the yoga block. Your left hand has your short loop, and that left arm is going to hang out there by your side seam. Okay, so lift that arm and put it right by your side, palm down. All right, now I want you to wiggle your knees so they are directly under your hips. All right, square off your shoulders. All right, so you might need to move that yoga block a little bit. Square off your shoulders. Okay, now from here, we're going to do an around the world with that left arm. So we're going to draw a semicircle. We're going to take that strap out to the side, and up and overhead. Up and overhead, palm faces down. Now that arm goes out to the side, back to the side seam. Okay, inhale, arm goes up and overhead. We're drawing a semicircle. Okay, it's a little around the world, and then all the way back to your side seam. This is a short sequence right here. Firing up those shoulders and that shoulder girdle. Inhale, that waistline, right? You're going to feel that right waistline because of that low proximity on that yoga block. And bring it back. Good, eyes are on the carriage. Inhale, core is engaged. Exhale, around the world and back. Whew. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, bring it back. You've got 2 more right here. Inhale, take that arm up and overhead. Semicircle it all the way back to the side seam. Good, one more. Try not to grip the strap. I have open fingers. Up and overhead. And bring it all the way back to your side seam. And come all the way up. Okay, now we're going to turn to the left. So go ahead and hang up that strap just briefly. Turn to your left, okay? And now the yoga block is coming right between your inner thighs. Now, this is going to keep us hip distance apart, that block. I don't want you to overly squeeze the block like I said before. I just want you to think of activating your inner thighs rather than squeezing your booty. Okay, that's the purpose of it today, or in this position. You're going to scoot at least mid-carriage. The closer you are to your springs, the harder. The closer to your shoulder blocks, a little less aggressive. So you choose what you want to do. Take your short loop in your right hand. Okay, this is another option where if you want the long loop, you can always take the long loop. Left hand is going to be on your hip. Now we're going to start with draw the sword. So pull that belly button up and in. Okay, square off the shoulders and the hips. They're going to stay that way. All right, and I want you to think about staying nice and tall. Sternum over pubic bone. Okay, now right from here, we're going to draw that sword. So my right palm faces my left hip. Now I take that right elbow up and out to the side, pause. And now I let my right thumb come inside the strap as I unfold the arm all the way out. Okay, so I let that hand rotate in the strap, right? Then I rotate the hand a little bit just to bring it down to that bent elbow, and I slide that sword back in its sheath. Okay, so pull that belly button up and in. Here we go. Elbow up, unfold as I let the thumb come into the strap, and then I bend at the elbow and I take it all the way down. Good, this is an inhale, inhale, elbow up, exhale, take it all the way out. Good, bend at the elbow, slide it all the way down. Excellent, guys. Pull that belly button up and in. The more your core is engaged here, okay, the less that arm has to work all by itself, right? Needs to come from the powerhouse, all right? Relax the booty. Hopefully with the block there at your inner thigh, you're not squeezing your booty, okay? I want you to think more about pulling those inner thighs up like suspender straps, up along the spine. They meet the psoas, right? Rotate that hand inside the strap, unfold. Good. Exhale, bend at the elbow, slide that arm back into the sheath. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, unfold. Good. Bend at the elbow, slide it back down. 1 more time right there. You should feel that right shoulder. Pull that elbow up, open it all the way to full extension. Okay, bend at the elbow and slide it back. Now, we're going to change what we're doing. Keep the short loop, okay? Both hands are going to come inside the short loop. All right, so I want you to make prayer palms. Prayer palms inside your short loop. My thumbs are on the outside. Okay, now I'm going to take my arms, roll the shoulder blades down the back, take those arms right off the chest. Okay, so I'm like a dart. Right from chest center, palms are together, fingertips are long. We're going to rotate with this long lever. Long loop is always an option. The closer you get to your shoulder blocks, the less aggressive. So I want you to not muscle. Okay, I want you to be able to find this with good form. Keeping the hips quiet, so let's lightly imprint on the block. We're going to rotate on our inhale. Inhale, rotate towards the platform. Keep the hips quiet. Exhale, back to center, okay? Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back to center. So your hips are not invited to move. They need to be super quiet. This is not about momentum. I don't want you to whip the straps. I want you to move with control. Inhale, rotate. Everybody's range of motion is going to be different here. Exhale, back to center. That's one nice thing about doing this at home by yourself is that all you need to focus on is yourself, right? And nobody else. Nobody on the reformer next to you or alongside you, just you, okay? Pull that belly button up and in. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale, back to center. 2 more. Inhale, rotate. We have 1 more layer here. We'll change the position of the strap 1 more time. Good. Inhale, rotate through that waistline, working those transverse abdominal muscles. Exhale, back to center, and pull those elbows into your waist. Now, keep the short loop in your left hand, okay? You can always, again, switch to the long loop. Right hand comes to your hip. We're going to take this left hand, and we're going to reach it up and overhead, and we're going to go into a side bend. So I want you to reach out of that left waistline. And then bend the elbow and come all the way back to start, okay? Try to open up those fingertips. Inhale, up and over, reaching, lifting. Think about something pointy under that right waistline. We want to lift away from it and then come back to center, okay? 4 more. Inhale, up and over, finding length and lift. Ribs lift out of the hips, right? They lift out of the pelvis. 3 more. Inhale, lifting up and over before we go for the side bend, right? That's the nice thing about the arm going straight up first. Last 2. Inhale, arm goes straight up. We get tall, and then we side bend. And then we come all the way back down with control. 1 more. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. And release that strap all the way down. Okay, we're getting into the lower half. We're moving to the front. Take your yoga block with you, okay? Coming all the way to the front of your machine. You want to put the yoga block down on the floor so that the long side, I'll say it this way, the short side is facing forward. So the short side of the block points forward. You want it towards the left side of the platform on the floor. You're going to stand on it with your left foot. Okay, grab your balance pole or your baton before you go there. Now remember, I said in the beginning, you might not need props. If it's challenging without the props, don't use the props, okay? This is a challenging workout for sure. Okay, now your left foot is on the yoga block. Your whole foot may not fit, okay? Make sure your heel is solid on the block, okay? Your heel is solid on the block. Toes can hang off just a little bit, okay? Right from here. You're going to take the right foot up to the carriage edge. Okay, so this is where if you are straddling a foot bar, You may have to really manage your distance here of where the yoga block is placed. So the reason I'm talking more here is so that you can get up and get situated and figure it out, right? This is quite a setup. Now, we're solid on the block, okay? Your hands, you got that pole, you have an overhand grip, right? Overhand grip, that means your thumbs are facing you. Now, the right leg, we're not gonna push the carriage away, okay? I want that right leg to be relaxed, all right? We're gonna think more about our standing leg at the moment. So, soften your left knee, roll your shoulders down your back. We're gonna start with a hinge. So, keeping a flat back, we're gonna reach the balance pole just below the left knee. Keep that left knee soft. I want you to think about reaching your left sitting bone back for the rear riser. Okay, back is flat. Hold it there once you get there. Okay, think about your position. Broaden your collarbone, eyes are on the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Okay, exhale, reach that right hip forward as the left hip reaches back. Okay, left hip reaches back, left sitting bone reaches for the rear. My left knee is soft, okay? This is basically a single leg deadlift. Okay, collarbone is wide. Inhale, rise up. 4 more just like that. Exhale, reach the pole mid-shin or just past that knee. Now, depending on hamstring flexibility, is going to be dependent on where you can reach that pole, right? Inhale, rise up. You're only working against yourself. Okay, that's it. Exhale, hinge. We should feel the back of that left leg quite a bit already, okay? And then inhale, rise. You've got 2 more. 2 more before we get a little deeper. Exhale, hinge. Reaching that pole. Inhale, rise up. Keep that back nice and flat, okay? That's the hard part about a hinge, is trying not to find flexion, right? We want to keep the nice flat back. Reach the sitting bone back. Good, bow. Good, rise back up on that inhale. Now we're gonna change what we're doing. We're gonna lunge. The pole is gonna rise to chest height as we bend the front knee and the carriage slides back with the right, okay? And then we come all the way back up, okay? It's a lunge. Bend that left knee, raise the pole to chest height. That right leg pushes the carriage out, but I want you to think more about this standing leg, this left leg. Inhale, rise up. That's why we're on an extra light spring. Now, if you're on a blue, which is heavier, right, I don't want you to push that carriage, all right? You're going to have quite a bit of resistance there. You might need to get rid of the pole. You might need to get rid of the yoga block, to be honest. You might need to work just on the floor. But part of the reason we're on the yoga block is so that we can clear the platform, and if you have a foot bar there, you're clearing that. You're high enough to clear it, okay? Bend and front raise. Inhale, rise up. 2 more just like that. Front raise that pole, find that lunge. Good, and then rise back up. Last one. Front raise and lunge and rise back up. Now we're gonna take 1 more and hold it, okay? We're gonna take 1 more, hold that lunge, hold that front raise. Now, from here, we're gonna bend the back knee. Back knee bends in, and then carriage goes out. Bend and extend your right leg. Bend. You're isometric on that left leg and extend. Bend and extend. 1 more and we're gonna add the arms. Bend and extend. Now as you bend your back knee, you're gonna row the pole to chest and extend and reach. Bend and row, extend and reach. Good, you've got a slight tilt to that torso so we really feel that glute max working hard on the left side. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and row. Inhale, extend. Last 2. Bend and row. Inhale, extend. Last 1. Bend and row. Inhale, extend. Now right here, take the pole overhead and pulse from your left glute, your left sitting bone, right there. Right where the glute and hamstring meet. Give me a 1 inch down and up. That carriage is gonna slide in 1 inch and out 1 inch. 6, 5, 4. Good, keep reaching that left hip back. Last 2. And come all the way up. Oh, okay, let's step off the block and let's put the pole down. The pole's gonna stay right here. okay? You're gonna take your block and you're gonna meet me on the box, okay? So come onto the box. Everything, the nice thing is pretty much everything stays where it is today. You're gonna move your box once, well, twice, but that's it. Okay, so you're facing away from your reformer. Your left foot is gonna stay on your box, okay? Your right foot is gonna come up against that shoulder block. So you need to find a position on your box where you are standing straight up on that left leg and the right leg reaches back at a 45 where your toes or the ball of your foot is against the shoulder block, on the carriage but against the shoulder block, okay? Now your right heel is up. Block is gonna come between the palms and we're gonna press into it with our palms. So long way faces away from you. Okay, you've got the short ends in your hands. Roll your shoulders down your back. We're gonna side lunge, okay? So sitting back in your left hip, the same leg we were just working, you're gonna let the torso tilt. As you bend that left knee, yoga block rises up and overhead. Inhale, rise back up. So again, we are on an extra light spring so that we are not pushing the carriage. I want you to think more about the control from the core and the stability from that left leg. I want you to just really work on it. It's basically a single leg squat, right? That right side is light. Left foot is planted solid in that box. You're heavier through your heel than you are through your toes. Sit and hinge, arms, those biceps frame your ears. Good, 2 more. Sit into that left hip. Inhale, rise up. Good, last one, you're gonna hold this one. Hold this one low, okay? Your sitting bone is in line with your heel, all right? So all one line back. Now your yoga block, press into that block. You're gonna lower it to tap your knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Inhale up. Focus, I know your leg is burning, right? But focus on those shoulder blades moving up and down the back body, right? We've got our ribs aligned with the hips, so we're not opening up the front of the torso. Keep that closed, knit those ribs together. You're here for 3, and exhale, lower. 2, inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower, and rise back up. We got full range of motion, just 4, okay? Find that lunge, let that yoga block rise overhead, just like we started. Inhale, rise up, 3 more. Exhale, reach that left sitting bone back over the frame. Inhale, rise up, last 2. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Last 1. You're gonna hold this one again. Last hold. Hold it right here. Arms are up and overhead. I want you to peel your left heel just 1 inch, so the one on the box. Peel that heel 1 inch up and down. 1 inch up and down. Now, if arms overhead are too long of a lever to manage, bring them down to your chest, okay? You're here for 4 and lower. 3 and lower. 2, press that heel into the box. Last 1, and rise all the way back up. Whew. Okay, that left leg, it did its business. We're gonna stay on the box with the block. Now, I want you to scoot towards the back edge of the box now, okay? Now, your heels are gonna come up against your frame, okay? So, I want you to think hips width apart, maybe slightly wider than your hips, because we're gonna squat, all right? And I really urge you to be towards the back edge because we're gonna grab our strap. So before we get the yoga block set up, you're gonna grab your long loop, the one closest to you. That's gonna be in your right hand. The yoga block is coming between your inner thighs, okay? So just above the knee. Okay, now, let's get yourself set up nice and tall. We're gonna take this right arm into an isometric bicep curl. It's gonna feel heavy, all right, so just bear with me. It's more gonna be stability that we're gonna look for here. So right away, isometric 90-degree angle at the right arm, palm up. Left arm's gonna mimic the right, so we're not getting too complicated. Pull the belly button up and in. All right, we're gonna squat right here. So you're gonna reach your sitting bones back over the frame. Let your torso tilt. Your knees are gonna come in front of your toes because we are lifted right through the heels. All right, and then inhale, rise back up. Don't let that right arm leave your side, okay? Exhale, reach your sitting bones back. You're gonna feel that right waistline really check in, holding that strap. Inhale, rise up. Try not to hike your shoulders, okay? If you need to get rid of the strap, get rid of the strap, okay? Inhale, rise up. Whew, 3 more. Exhale, reach your sitting bones back. Find that squat. Pause there for a second before you rise out of it. Inhale. Exhale, last 2. Try to stay light through your heels. Your heels are on the frame, but try to stay light. Okay, you're gonna hold your next one. Hold it right there, and you're gonna pulse your squat. 1 inch up and down. I want you to think about your sitting bones again. They narrow, right? They get closer together as you lift, and then they get further apart as you lower. Hold those arms close to your waist. 6, 5, 4, belly button is engaged. 3, 2, last one, hold your squat, hold it. Okay, your right arm is gonna swivel, open. You're gonna open your forearm and close it. Open it, your elbow stays close to your side and close it. External rotation, and then back to parallel. External, back to parallel. Woo! External, 3 more. Back to parallel. Last 2, hold that squat. External, back to parallel. 1 more time. External, back to parallel, and rise all the way back up. Whew. Okay, take the block out, hang up the strap. We are moving the box, I believe. No, not yet. I got ahead of myself again. I always do that. Okay, come down on your carriage with your block. We are gonna be on our right forearm, so you're facing the box. Face your box, put the yoga block right on your block for now. You're right on your box. Take your long loop, the one you just had, and you're gonna put that around your left thigh. Your left thigh. Okay, now, if you'd like to be all the way down on your side, that is an option. If you do that, put your headrest up, okay? I know we just worked this right arm, so if it just can't take it anymore, you lie down and just put your headrest up, okay? And I want you to make space under that right waistline. Otherwise, you are lifted on that right shoulder. You're gonna take the yoga block and we're gonna place it between our feet, okay? Between your feet. So the insteps of the foot have the block. Now, you're gonna take your legs, which are curled up, right? Knees are at a 45 off the hip. Knees are stacked, ankles are stacked between or over that block. You're gonna lift your feet up. So your bottom shin is off the carriage, okay? Stay there, okay? Stay there. Make sure your elbow is under your shoulder, okay? Now your left hand can be on your hip. We're gonna clam, and I want you to make sure you keep that bottom shin off the carriage, okay? Your top leg is gonna open and close. Open and close. Okay, so stability. This is a short sequence as well. All right, I really want you, we're gonna start firing up those stabilizers a little bit more, right? You did it with all those squats, right? But now we're gonna do it a little different. So keeping the pelvis stacked, belly button pulled up and in, right? We're not letting the hips move. Maintaining length on both sides of the waistline as you work, okay? Keeping that, ooh, look at my bottom shin, it was touching the carriage. Pick that bottom leg up, okay? Really commit to that lift there. You're gonna feel that bottom glute med, side booty working as well. Open and close. Last 4, open and close. Last 3, keep that bottom shin off the carriage. That's all I ask. Last 2, that's all I ask, right? I asked for a lot of other things as well. Good, last 1, and close it all the way up. Okay, now you're gonna rotate. Take the block out. You're gonna keep the strap where it is, but you're gonna rotate to face the rear. So hands and knees facing the rear. The block is gonna be horizontal to you, so long side facing you. Your right forearm is gonna your left forearm is gonna come down on the block. So left thigh has the strap, left forearm is perpendicular to your body on the block, okay? Now your right hand is planted solid next to the block, okay? All 5 fingers spread out nice and wide. We're gonna work this left leg, Okay, so starting with knees under hips. All right, pull that belly button up and in. You've got a very unstable upper half. All right, so we're going to really need to work on stability here. We're going to open into a hydrant. So keeping that knee just grazing the carriage, we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Go ahead and point the toes and lower. Keeping the knee just grazing the carriage. And I don't care how high you go. Okay, I care about stability. I'm going to move my block a little closer to the rear. Open and close. Good. Open and close. 4 more. Open and close. Last 3. Open. Keep the hips quiet. Keep the shoulders square. 2. Last 1. Now hold it right here. Keep that hover of the knee. You're going to extend the leg straight back towards the platform and then back under the hip. Inhale, straight back, back under the hip. Good. 4 more. Straight back. If that strap is rubbing against your or your tricep, just let it go, right? We're not going to be here long. Okay? Last 3. Extend. And then we're going to combine the 2. All right? So I really want you to keep that shoulder girdle nice and square. Last 1. Now right here, you're going to hydrant. So we're going to take that bent leg out to the side. Knee and ankle move together. Bring it back under the hip. Extend back to the platform. Bend. Hydrant. Lower. Extend. 4 more. Hydrant. Lower. Extend. Last 3. Hydrant. Don't forget about pulling that belly button up and in. Hang on to this, okay? Recommit. Every time that knee grazes the carriage, every time. That way you know you're not dumping all of your weight into that right leg. And extend. This is your last one. Hydrant. And lower. Extend. Now, you're going to do 1 hydrant and hold it. Just 1. Lift and hold. Okay, now you're going to extend and bend. Let's flex the foot. Extend and bend. Good. Extend. Equal pressure in the block and the right shin. Okay. Last 4. Whew. Bend. Last 3. Pull that belly button up and in. Think of an engaged core is going to help. Last 2. Good. And give me one more. Extend and bend and lower your hydrant all the way down. Whew. Okay, now we're moving the box. So carefully take that strap off the left leg, hang it up. Okay, yoga block on the floor for just a second. You're going to take your box onto the carriage. So long box style. All right, it can either be over your shoulder blocks or in front. We're not going to be pushing against it, so whatever is better for you, go there. Okay, now, if you have a short carriage, I suggest over the shoulder blocks would be great because I don't want your box tipping at the front with you on it, okay? So mine's going to go up against the blocks just because I have a really long carriage and I'm really short. So that's bad. You're going to take your block and you're going to come onto your box, all right? We're going to lie down. So again, if your box is hanging off the front edge, please don't sit at the edge. You're going to flip, okay? You're going to lay back now. So roll back with care. All right, your head is not going to have a place, and that's okay. That's the plan. You're going to bring your legs up into tabletop. You're going to take the block, okay? And we're going to go long side facing you. You're going to bring the block against your thighs and your elbows against the block. Oi. All right, we already know what's happening, right? Okay, you've got an isometric ab curl going on, all right? I want you to flex your feet on this one. Flex your feet, and your hands are framing your ears. All right, so let's go ahead and press into the block with our thighs and our elbows. Okay, keep that tension. I'm already shaking. Keep that tension because now you're going to alternate leg extensions. So my right leg is going to start. Extend it. You want to get it straight off the hip. That's the goal. And then bring it back. Left leg. The block doesn't move at all. It doesn't wiggle. It doesn't shift because we're applying equal pressure. okay, between the thighs and the elbows. Alternate that leg extension. Now, if you're extending low, okay, like I am, if your low back is coming off of the box, you need to extend your leg higher up, okay? If your low back is staying down, great. The lower, the better, okay? Bring it back. Left leg, extend and bend. One more each side. Right leg and bring it back. Left leg and bring it back. Now hold. Right arm and right leg are going to extend. So press into that left side. Extend and bring it back. Left arm, left leg. Extend and bring it back. Here we go. Right arm, right leg. Flex that foot and bring it back. Hold on to this. Left arm, left leg. Whoo! Right arm, right leg. Bring it back. Left arm, left leg. We got one more each side, but this one is a hold. Right arm, right leg, hold. Bring the arm and leg straight up and back. Straight up and down. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. Pull it back in. Press into that block. Left arm, left leg. Lift and lower. Three more. Lift and lower. Last two. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Pull it in and come up. Take the block away. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Come up carefully, carefully. Don't flip off your box. Guys, that was your midpoint. We're on to the other side. Here we go. Come off your left side. Take the box down to the floor. So I'm just going to put my block on my headrest as I take the box down to the floor. That sequence got me nice and sweaty. So I hope you guys are there too. All right, we're going to start with the hydrant. Okay, so, right? Am I forgetting something? No, that's good. Okay, we're going to face the rear. Now we're over to the right side. Okay, closer to our box. You're going to take the yoga block horizontal, so long side facing you. That is for your right forearm. Your left hand's going to go on the carriage. Okay, now before you do that though, let's get that long loop that is closest to your box and put it around your right thigh. I am still on an extra light spring. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's set this up. So I like my yoga block up against my shoulder block just so I have enough of a position for my knees to get under my hips. All right, so right forearm perpendicular to the body, left hand on the carriage. Spread all 5 fingers out nice and wide. We want support, right? Okay, so my left elbow will stay soft the whole time. I'm going to start with those knees under my hips. Okay, so look for that. Pull the belly button up and in. Square off your shoulder girdle. Think equal pressure between right forearm and left knee. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with just that hydrant. Right side is going to open and close. It is not about height. It is about stability and control. Keep the pelvis quiet. Keep the shoulder girdle square. Whew. By lowering ourselves down on that right side, we're bringing it all more proximal into the core. So you should feel it deeper in the core, right? Sometimes we feel this only in the booty, right? But I want you to get nice and deep. All right, good. 4 more. Inhale, lift and lower. Last 3. Lift and lower. Last 2. We're going to switch it to that leg extension. Last 1. Okay, now hold it right here. You're going to take that right leg straight back behind you, full extension, and glide it in under the hip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, we use that inhale breath to get longer internally. The diaphragm drops when we inhale. So those internal organs separate, right? We get a little longer inside, and we want that to translate outside. Last 3. Bend and extend. Last 2. Bend and extend. Last 1. Bend and extend. Now we're going to combine the 2. Bend that knee. We're going to start with that hydrant. Hydrant, down, and extend. And pull it in. Hydrant, down, and extend. Find the pause at the end range of every movement, right? I say that a lot, but it's important because I want you to feel the work, right? Last 3, hydrant, down, and extend. Last 2, inhale, exhale, extend. Whoo! Last 1, hydrant, down, and extend. Now on your next one, you're going to hold that hydrant. Okay, we're going to find it, and it's going to be beautiful. Hold it. Flex your foot. Extend that leg so you're in external rotation now, meaning your inner thigh is shining down towards the box. Okay, bend and extend. Bend and extend. For 4 and extend. Last 3 and extend. Last 2, inhale, exhale, bend. Last 1, press and bend it in, fold it in, and come all the way up. Whew. Okay. Woo-wee. We're going to do that. What are we doing? The clam. Keep your strap around your thigh. Okay, you're going to come down on your left side. Now the yoga block is going to come between your feet. Remember, if you want to be all the way down, lying down on your head, just lift your headrest up. Okay, now the block, right? Let's curl up. Let's get that left elbow underneath the shoulder. That's where it needs to stay. So I want you to get situated and then always check for that alignment. All right, hips are stacked, shoulders are open, and my knees are stacked. Let's take the block right between the instep of our feet. Okay, now, okay, now we're gonna lift the bottom shin, right? So here we go. Rotate, lift that bottom shin up off the carriage. Oh my goodness, I already feel the bottom hip. Recommit to stacked hips, right? Open the chest and broaden the collarbone. Here we go. Opening the top leg, clam and close. Clam and close. We're not rolling back through the hips, okay? Our goal here is to keep that bottom shin lifted. I know that is not easy, so keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about that, right? We've done a lot of clams in our life, but this one's a little different, okay? Open and close. Good. Open and close. Whoo! Open and close. I'm losing my block. Last 4. Open and close. Last 3. Open and close. Last 2. Open and close. Last 1. Open and close. And bring it all the way down. Take the block out. Short but sweet. Short but sweet. Take the strap off. Okay, hang it up. All right, let's come on to our box. All right, we're coming all the way up. We're going to start with that squat, okay? Now, making sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, our squat, we want to take it towards the rear of the box. So all the way towards the back edge of your box, please, because remember, you're going to have the weight of the strap in your hand. Now, you want your feet slightly wider than your hips. The block is going to come between your inner thighs, but before you put it there, let's grab our strap. Heels are lifted against the frame. Okay, so you're on the balls of your feet, and we're resting on the frame, but we're light. Okay, we're light on the frame. Let's take that long loop into an isometric bicep curl, or a 90-degree angle with that left elbow. Okay, palm up. Let's take the block. You already feel lots of resistance on that left side, that left oblique right there. Okay, let's take the block right between the inner thighs, or just above the knee. Right hand is going to mimic the left. Okay, you want those fingertips pointing straight forward. My mirror is nice and close now, so I can't cheat. Okay, collarbone wide. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Here we go. Okay, reach the sitting bones back over the frame. You're going to find that squat. Let the ribs stack with the hips, right? We don't want to open the front and sway the low back, and we don't want to go the other way either. We don't want to dump the chest, so keep that lift there. Inhale, rise up. Reach with your sitting bones. Your sitting bones are like little arrows, right? Piercing right through that back glute muscle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach those arrows back over the carriage. Inhale, rise up. You've got this. Good. Reach it back. Good. And rise up. Last 3. Reach it back. and rise up. Last 2. Whew. Reach it back. Pull that belly button up and in as you go. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Last 1. Hold your squat right here. Let's pulse it. Think about your sitting bones and your hamstrings right where they meet. Right there. It's a narrow and a broadening of the sitting bones right there. Light hold on your block. Keep those knees tracking with big toe, second toe. Don't let those elbows leave your side. Fingertips point forward, shoulders are down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold your squat. Let's take that left arm and rotate. External rotation, keep the elbow close, and then back to parallel. External, back to parallel. Focus on rotating from the top of the shoulder, back to parallel. Good. Rotate, back to parallel. 4 more. Rotate, back to parallel. Last 3. External and parallel. Last 2. We feel the legs, right? Oh my gosh. And back. Last 1. External and back. And rise all the way up. Take the block out. Oh my goodness. Hang up your strap. All right. Second time around, right? We can feel it. Step closer to the front edge of your box now. Your right foot is going to stay there. Your left foot is going to come against the shoulder block. So again, depending on height is going to depend on how close you are to the front edge of your box. All right. The ball of my left foot is on the carriage against the shoulder block. And it's reaching, that leg is reaching back at a 45. Keep your hips square, straight forward, shoulders too, okay? You're standing up on your right leg. Block comes between your palms. Let's lower the block right in front of that thigh. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sit back into that right glute. So, like a single leg squat, right? We're gonna sit back into that right side. The sitting bone stays in alignment with the heel. Carriage just glides out because it's one extra light spring, right? Inhale, rise up. Whew. Exhale, sit back into that hip, reach it. Inhale, rise up. So my biceps frame my ears. They don't come behind my ears because I want to keep those ribs knit together. Okay, we don't want to open the rib cage. Keep it closed. Reach back into that right sitting bone. Inhale, rise up. 4 more. Sit back and rise up. Last 3. Light imprint into that block. And up. Last 2. Exhale, bend. Full extension when you stand. Okay, and rise up. Last 1. Sit back and hold this one. Square off the pelvis, square off the shoulders. Here we go. The block is going to come down to tap the knee. Inhale, up, down, and up. Feel the shoulder blades move up and down the back body. Your torso is tilted. The ribs are over the pelvis. Right, last 4. And lower. Last 3. And lower. 2 more. Inhale. We're going to go back to full range of motion. Inhale. Exhale, lower and slide up. Okay, here we go. 4. Sit into that right hip. Arms come back up and overhead. Rise up on your inhale. Last 3. Sit back. Reach through that right glute. Good. And back up. Last 2. Reach over that carriage. Good. And back up. Next one is a hold. Our last hold in this move. Hold it. Arms come up and overhead. Now, you're going to pick up your right heel, the one on the box, 1 inch. Pick it up and set it down. Remember, if the long lever with the arms overhead is too much, pull it down to your chest. Okay? Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. Lift straight up 1 inch and down. Up and down. Press into that box. Up and down. Last 2. Up and down. Last 1. Up and down, and rise all the way up. Whew. Okay, guys, we're coming around to the front. You ready? You ready for that balance one more time now that the legs are tired? Okay, your block is back to the floor. Okay, this time, okay, I'm looking at my carriage, I'm looking at my platform, the right side. So the side away from your box is where you want the block, so your right foot can be on it, okay? Grab your pole before you go anywhere and step onto that block. Whew, okay, we're almost there. Keep that foot solid on the block. Your left toes are gonna come back for the edge of the carriage. Now, I want you to relax the left leg. We are not trying to push the carriage away from us. We're keeping it relaxed. Soften your right knee. So in other words, don't lock into the joint and stand up and squeeze the glute. No, I want you to keep it soft, okay? So we're active through the joints. Belly button is up and in. Right hip's gonna reach back. Left hip's gonna reach forward. Here we go. Arms stay long. You have an overhand grip. We're gonna start with just a simple hinge. Hinging, keeping the back flat, reaching the right sitting bone back for the carriage. Okay, your back is like a tabletop. My pole is reaching just past my knee, but that's gonna be dependent on your hamstring. Inhale, rise up. Everybody's gonna be at a different place. Exhale, reach that pole just below the knee, mid-shin. Wherever you can go, keeping that form. Inhale, rise up. No rounding of the shoulders, no rounding of the back. Reach that right sitting bone back. Inhale, rise up. Whoo! Hinge. Bow forward. And back up. You have 4 more right here before we get into those lunges. Hinge. Good. And lift. Last 3. Whoo, feel all the rotators right there at the pelvis, at the hip. Good. And lift. Last 2. Lower. And lift on that inhale. Last 1. Exhale. Relax your toes on that block. Make sure your heel is solid on that block. Okay. And lift. Now, we're going to change it into a lunge. You're going to bend that front knee. Pole raises to chest height as the carriage glides back. You have a tilt to your torso. Reach back with your right hip. Reach forward with your left. Inhale, rise up. Okay? Your back leg is not going to be straight. Bone rhythms are not going to allow for that. Okay? So don't work on straightening the back leg. That's not important. I want you to focus on the standing leg. Okay? Bend the front knee. It tracks with big toe, second toe. We bow. Arms come forward to chest height. And then we rise back up. Whoo! Lunge. And rise up. So good, you guys. 4 more. Lunge. Chest height with that pole. Good. This leg is tired now, right? We rotate through the order is different than from the other side. So you're going to feel it different. Okay? Whoo! What was hard on the other side might not have been as hard on this side, right? Because we were fresher when we started the second side. On your next one, you're going to hold it, okay? You're going to find your lunge. You're going to hold it. You're going to draw that belly button up and in and roll your shoulders down your back hold. Okay, your back knee is going to pull in and extend out. In and out. Your right leg is isometric now. Bend in. Pull it in from your psoas. Right? Engage the core. Now the arms are going to join. The next time the knee comes in, we row and extend leg and arms. Row and pull, extend and push. Row and pull. Now when I say push, you're just extending, right? There's nothing to resist. Bend and extend. 4 more. Bend and extend. 3. And extend. Last 2. Oh my gosh, we got this. Okay, last 1. Every rep matters. Every rep. Hold it. Bring that pole up above your head and give me a pulse from your right glute and your right hamstring, right there where they meet at the back of the leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come all the way up. Ooh, and I'm shaky. And come down and don't fall. Okay, put the pole down. Take the block with you. We are so close. All right, we're going to do that side-facing high kneel. So now I get to face you. Walk around to the side opposite your box. All right, so we're going to face away from the box. The yoga block is coming between the inner thighs. I am still on that extra light spring. I'm mid-carriage. Remember, closer to the springs, harder. Closer to the blocks, a little easier. Not easy ever, but you know. Take the short loop in your left hand. You always have the option of the long loop, okay? Square off the shoulders, square off the hips, pull that belly button up and in, and I want you to think posture. Sternum over pubic bone, all right? We're not gonna lean forward, we're not gonna lean back, we're not gonna hinge, we're gonna stay nice and tall. Light hold on the block so we don't squeeze the booty. All right, I want you to think inner thigh, pelvic floor, okay? Right hand on that hip, let that left fist face your thigh. We're gonna exhale to prepare. Inhale, take that left elbow up and away. Exhale, pull it all the way through. Let that thumb rotate into the loop. Bend at the elbow. Send the arm back into its sheath. Pull that belly button up and in. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bend at the elbow and fold it back into the sheath. Good, so good. Inhale. Exhale to unfold. Good, bend, just keep breathing. You know, sometimes if the breath doesn't sync up, because for me, when I'm cueing you, I am not following the breath patterns that I'm telling you to follow. I wish I could, but with cueing, I just can't. Okay, so I want you first and foremost to think about form. Breath comes second. Breath comes second. Just breathe. Don't hold your breath. That's all I ask. The core is working when you breathe. Okay, pull that elbow up, unfold all the way out. Bend and send it down. Since I lost track, let's do two more. Bend the elbow and unfold. Core is engaged and strong, right? Bend at the elbow and send it back. One more. Bend at the elbow, unfold. Bend at the elbow and send it down. Now right here, take that short loop, prayer palms inside the loop. Thumbs on the outside. Other fingers inside. Prayer palms. Let's take those prayer palms straight off the chest. Roll the shoulders down the back, pull the belly button up and in. It's heavy here, so if you need the long loop, you take it. You take it. Okay, especially if you're on one blue, you have to be in the long loop, please. Okay? All right, right here. You're going to inhale. Inhale as you rotate to the left. Hips are quiet. They do not move at all. Exhale back to center. Good. Inhale. Rotate waistline up. Exhale back to center. Good. Inhale, twist. Exhale, center. I say this a lot, but imagine a vice grip on your hips, right? They're not allowed to move. Your waist is, your rib basket is. Four more. Inhale. Exhale, center. Last three. Inhale. We're massaging those internal organs, okay? Last two. These kind of moves are also fantastic for digestion. They just are. So if you tend to suffer from bloating, okay, where we all do, right? But these are good moves. Any twisting action. Okay, now holding it here. Bring the elbows back down. You're going to grab onto that short loop with the right hand only. Left hand by your hip. Now remember, palm is facing in, thumb towards you. You can always grab your short loop. Here we go. Posture now. Tall. We're going to side bend. Inhale to send the arm up and over. After you found the reach is when you take the side bend. Okay? Exhale. Bring it back down. Good. It's nice and smooth. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. Think lifting away from a pointy object under that waist, right? Up and over. Lift up and over that. Don't collapse here. And then come back. Whew. Four more. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. Last three. Inhale. I love these moves. I'm not going to lie. I could be here all day. Last two. I mean, they're tough. Don't get me wrong. My shoulders would burn out. Inhale, up and over. I would just switch to the short loop. To the long loop. Good. Last one. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. And now we have that around the world. I know we almost forgot about it, right? Keep your short loop if you want to hang on to it as you rotate forward. Okay, the yoga block is going to be for your left forearm. All right, so short side facing you on that block, so it's vertical now. You're going to take that left forearm down. Now, you want to make sure that you can get the knees under the hips and your shoulders square to the carriage. Okay, I have a ninja palm, thumb up. Find a position where you are square. Okay, so don't be afraid to shift around. That right arm is coming up by the side seam. Pull that belly button up and in. Make sure your knees are back far enough so they are under the hips and not under your belly button. Okay, here we go. We're going to take that right arm and we're going to circle it around the world so it comes up and overhead. Your long loop is always an option. Exhale, bring it back to the side. Inhale, up and over, engage that core, right? It works for you here, especially on that yoga block. We are lower. We're bringing it more proximal to the core, right? Inhale, up and over, and bring it down. Whoo! Okay, this is a lot, I know at this point. Engage the core. Inhale, up and over. You have one short sequence right after this that wraps it all up. Well, obviously, we're not going to have time for legs and straps, right? But what's new? 4, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. I promise you, I'm going to give you a legs and strap guided practice. And bring it back, probably be like 15 minutes. So you can just get that feel-good stuff, right? Last 2, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. You've got one more rep and we're going to nail it. Here we go. Inhale, engage the core, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. And hang up that strap. Oh, stay forward facing. You still need your block. You're still on an extra light. Grab your squishy pad. This is for your hands. Okay, if you want it, you don't have to have it. Your yoga block is coming between your inner thighs again, just above the knee. But I want you to take your kneecaps just off the edge of the carriage. Hands to the platform, okay? Here we go. You're going to open up your hips. Relax your toes. Shoulders are going to stay over your wrists. Relax your hands, okay? Spread out the fingers. Try not to grip the platform. Open up your hips. So unfold at the hips so you're in a modified plank. Okay, roll your shoulders down your back. Recommit to that broadened collarbone. Let's pull the belly button up and in, knit the ribs. And we're going to inhale as we press away from the platform. Press away, maintaining your structure. Exhale, pull back. Okay, 3 more. Inhale, send the carriage away, lengthen out of your waistline, keep everything the same. Exhale, pull back. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Feel the inner thighs on the block, not the booty gripping. Think more about your inner thighs and your pelvic floor. Okay, those run into the psoas. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it back. Now, for 4 reps, we're going to pop up to our toes. So if you're up for it, if not, you stay right here. Turn your toes under, come onto your feet. Extend those legs. You still got your block. Here we go. Inhale, send yourself away from the platform. You're not going to go as far. Exhale, pull it back. I don't want you to feel it in the low back. Once you feel it in the low back, you've gone too far. Okay, inhale, extend away. Just before you start to feel it in the low back, you pull back. Okay, last 2. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull back. Last 1. Inhale, extend, knit those ribs together. Exhale, pull back. And guess what? 4 push-ups. Here we go. Elbows go wide. Let the collarbone chase the elbow. Exhale. Inhale, press. You can always come back to your knees. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Last 2. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Last 1. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. And come all the way in. Guys, take the yoga block, put it aside. Spread your knees out nice and wide. Hands are still on the platform. Press away into child's pose. Maybe get your squishy pad out of the way if it's throwing you off. And just hold that stretch, broadening through the sitting bones and the inner thighs. Opening up the back body. Hold it here for 4. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. I'll make this stretch really quick. I know we're just over the hour now. Okay, come all the way back in. Find that 4-point kneel. There goes my doggy. Right arm. Take your right arm. You're going to lace it through the window on the left. She's telling me time's up. And you're going to reach your right shoulder for the springs. Okay, so we're getting a little thread the needle with your upper body. Okay, your right forearm is resting on the frame, and I'm reaching my right shoulder for the springs for 3, for 2, and come all the way back up. Let's do the other arm. Left arm, lace it through that window on the right. Good. Rest that arm on the carriage, or on the frame. Reach your shoulder for the springs. See my dog. Her name's Taffy. She knows when time's up. She does it during my live classes too. Same thing. She's like, that's enough, Mommy. It's time to be with me. You've probably seen her in some of the earlier videos. She's much bigger now. And come all the way back. All right, you're going to sit on your carriage. Feet are going to hang off on the floor. Okay, get that yoga block out of the way. If it was in your way, it was in mine. You're going to take your right leg and place that right ankle on top of the left thigh. Bring your arms up and overhead. I already feel my right glute. That's a good sign. Okay, we're going to hinge. So lead with your chest. You're going to hinge over that right thigh. Leading with your chest, leading with your chest. When you can't go anymore, round down over that leg. Just round and relax. For 4, for 3, last 2. Good. Rolling all the way back up. Let's switch legs. Left leg, left ankle comes on top of that right thigh. Let's reach those arms up and overhead. Keep that that left inner thigh open. Let's lead with the sternum, okay? Hinging from your seat crease. Hinge, keep the back flat, just like you did on those hinges or those deadlifts at the front. When you can't hinge anymore, then you round down over that leg and relax. And breathe normally for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Come all the way, rounding the spine. Come all the way back up. Both feet on the ground. We're going to stand, but I want you to hang down in a forward fold over those legs. Good. Let the back of the knees just relax. Let the arms hang. On your inhale, you're going to round and stack that spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Bring those arms back up and overhead, palms together. Bring those prayer palms to chest height. Guys, give yourself a round of applause. That was a toughie. That was a toughie, but I'm so proud of you because just remember, every time you go through these flows with me, that one last rep where you're shaking like a leaf, that one last one where you're like, I can do this, and you battle through, that is where change is happening. That is where you're getting stronger, and I'm proud of you. Okay, so let's keep doing this together. That was definitely a more intermediate to advanced level class, so hang strong. Don't be afraid to take modifications, okay? When I give them, they are there for a reason, okay? And as you grow out of those modifications, and you'll feel the strength increase. So we got to start with the modification so that we don't get injured. Okay, so that's important. Anyways, I'm proud of you guys. If you have comments for me or questions or anything at all, feedback, thoughts, leave them below the video. I will get back to you. I get back to everyone. Sometimes it just takes some time, but I promise you I will. If you have things you'd like to see, things that you're missing, things that you wish I would guide you through, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that as well. You can find me at JessPFit.com. I have a contact button right there, and that will send me a direct email, so don't be afraid to do that. I have live classes, both mat and reformer, that happen every week, so if you ever want to join me live, that is open to you. I also have on-demand classes, so the same live classes that we have, they hit the on-demand platform the same day that I teach them live, and they are available for purchase to you at any time. Right now, my on-demand sites have over 100 videos up there, so if you're not getting everything that you want on YouTube, there is more. There is more, and you can go to those sites and find them there. I do have a core challenge that I have not brought up in a while. It was called, I started it at the beginning of this year, 2023. It was called the New Year, New Core Challenge. It is still up there. It is 2 weeks, so 14 days of curated workouts that are 15 to 20 minutes long, all revolving around strengthening your core, okay? So if you're really working on, you're digging deep, right? It always is a part of everything we do. You'll always hear me refer back to the core, but if you want something deeper, then go to that core challenge. It's only 15 to 20 minutes a day. It's curated specifically so that you're able to do them back to back, so one a day, okay? So that's the plan. So check it out. Let me know what you think. They're all on my on-demand platform. All of those links are on my website. They are also in my social media or my Instagram bio. You can find them there. All right, you guys have a beautiful day. That was enough talking on my part. I will see you next time.